Hi, and welcome. I'm going to walk you through this app that's called Mangia. That's Italian for eat. It's a meal planning application built using React and a Rails API. I'm going to go ahead here and log in with the test account. Auth in this app uses bcrypt and JWT tokens. As I log in, you'll see the app takes you to the home page. I used React Router to handle routing on the client side. The home page displays the week at a glance, including all the meals you've planned, starting with the current date. Let's start off by searching some recipes. The app searches recipes through the Edamame API, as well as searches through user-submitted recipes. All of these green recipes that you see are ones that are returned from the API. I'm going to go ahead and stop right at the saffron rice and click See Instructions. When you click it, the recipe page opens up in a new window. Meanwhile, if you go back, you can click the heart to bookmark a recipe for later, or you can add the recipe directly to a mealtime on the calendar. If you add a meal, let's just add it for breakfast on November 1st, and it pops up right on that date. You can also add a meal using the Add Meal button on each day. The meals you select from will be meals that are from your bookmarks. We see saffron rice since we've just bookmarked it manually by clicking the heart. However, if you add a meal without bookmarking it first, it will automatically get added to your saved recipes for later. If I want to delete a meal, I can simply click this X that highlights red. Then the dialog will pop up. Are you sure you want to delete this meal? If I click OK, the meal gets deleted from that day. If you want to change the day that your calendar starts, you can simply select a date in the pop-up calendar, click the button, and the calendar on the page will update starting with the day that you've selected. Users can search and choose recipes from the Edamame API. However, users can also submit recipes for themselves and others to use. I'm going to go ahead and put in marsala. And we'll see that the recipe with the blue background pops up. The blue background means that the recipe is user submitted. If we click See Instructions, a modal with all of the ingredients and instructions for the recipe will pop up, along with its photo. I'm going to go ahead and click out of the modal. And as you can see, all of the actions that are available to the recipes from the API are also available to user-submitted recipes. Let's head over to the recipe management page. At the top, you'll see a scrollable list of all the recipes that you've already bookmarked, user-submitted and recipes from the API. And at the bottom, you'll see that you can submit your own recipe. That recipe, again, will be accessible to all other users. I'm going to submit a quick recipe for pepperoni pizza here. The form is dynamic, so you can add or remove as many ingredient slots as you need with a minimum of 1. The recipes are saved separately in the database, and if any recipe shares the same ingredient with another recipe, a new recipe is not created. However, that recipe is just linked to both recipes. While I'm going ahead and inputting the ingredients and instructions, I'll tell you that the styling for this page is all done with a base of the Bulma CSS framework and some custom CSS added in for little things that I wanted to change or tweak. If you try to submit a recipe without an image, a dialog will pop up and warn you that a default image will be used for your recipe. I do have an image for my recipe, so I'm going to go ahead and click Cancel and click the Select a Recipe Image Upload button. Image storage is handled by Google's Firebase services. When the image is uploaded, it'll pop up on the screen, and then that link is stored with the recipe in the database. When you submit a recipe, it'll automatically be added to your bookmarks. I'm going to scroll to the end here. And you can see that the input pops up with everything that I've input in the form. That's pretty much it. So thanks for taking the tour of this app. My info is in the bio. Have a good day.